Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised. Ready for something outrageous? A catapult uses live ammunition. A truck driver flips out over this exit ramp. This prankster's picture is worth 1,000 laughs. And an Aussie has an interesting hobby. If it's off the wall and it's on tape, then it's all here. It's totally outrageous behavior.
Hey guys, and welcome to Totally Outrageous Behavior. I'm Lisa Durgan, and I'll be your tour guide. To your left, you'll see some hilarious mishaps. And to your right, some stunts gone wrong. And straight ahead, the funniest, most outrageous videos ever caught on tape. So keep your hands and feet away from your remote at all times. This tour starts right now. According to Denham Hitchcock, his New Zealand pad is the center of the party universe.
Oh no!
People definitely turn up to my house expecting to be entertained, and to be honest, I like to give that to them.
And today, Denham is going to entertain the crowd with a giant catapult.
The extent of the planning was a small diagram that I drew that we worked off. My original idea is that I wanted to fling somebody over the road and land them in the next door neighbour's garden, which is quite a large one, and hopefully would be a soft landing.
Guess he knows what he's doing.
1, 2, 3.
But surprisingly, Denham's specifications are off.
I didn't really have any idea how it was actually going to work.
I don't think that worked.
In retrospect, I probably should have thrown something else other than human.
That human was Lottie Hilgendor.
I thought it was a great idea. Great way to spend a Sunday.
Her final words to me were, "Bones heal, but glory is forever." Upon which, can't really argue with that sort of logic, so I just gave her the helmet.
Looks like logic prevails.
Countdown. Go! 3, 2, 1.
And so does physics.
She hit the ground really hard.
But glory is forever. Or at least until you've regained your senses. With Lottie healed and Denham unfazed, it seems likely that he will catapult again.
I need to see human beings fly through the air, but next time will be a little bit more padding.
More padding shouldn't be hard to get. But Denham might have trouble finding a new volunteer. They say money doesn't go as far as it used to, but they never saw where these people would go for a little cash. Lovebirds Josh and Jess want to get married, but they're flat broke.
These are our bills.
So they decide to go on Dare for Dollars, the show that gives desperate people money for doing desperate things.
Well, the Dare for Dollars team has buried 24 ring boxes, just like this one. 2 tons of real horse. Now the catch is that only 2 of the boxes have rings in them. The other 22 are empty. Are you guys ready? Dare!
With the clock ticking away, you can practically smell the young lover's desperation.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop!
And just like that, Josh and Jess have the wedding of their dreams. But before these two walk down the aisle together, someone needs a bridal shower. When it comes to safe driving, there are 3 things to remember. Always check your mirrors, keep your hands at 10 and 2, and whatever you do, stay away from this next driver. Runaway truck ramps are designed to slow down out-of-control vehicles. A local news crew sets up their camera to report on this poorly designed ramp. Out of the blue, a trucker loses his brakes while the shocked cameraman keeps filming.
Are you all right?
Sir, you all right? I got that on tape.
This news crew got more story than they bargained for. The shaken-up driver wasn't seriously hurt, but he may be a little late with his deliveries today. Because when this guy went off the beaten path, the path beat him up. The next time you get bored, don't ask this next guy for any bright ideas.
Are you ready to rock?
It's 5 a.m. and Jeff Van Hemming is still rocking from the night before.
I just don't sleep a lot, and I don't like to sleep.
But his mom does, and this gives Jeff an idea he thinks is hilarious.
Time for the rock and roll wake up.
His mom, however, has a different sense of humor.
My son is not musically gifted or talented.
But what about all those lessons?
Well, I learned to play the guitar by never actually learning to play the guitar.
He can't play any kind of an instrument, and to me, he can't sing.
Jeff's not giving up rock and roll just yet, but if he wants to build a fan base, he might need to think about singing a new tune. And now you get some time to recover until we return with more totally outrageous behavior.
Coming up, these amateur divers hit the streets. Plus, this motorcycle has a mind of its own. And later, these couch potatoes hit the road. When totally outrageous behavior continues.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. Okay, you've got your snack. Now let's get back to the main course. The athlete's life is a Spartan one. Endless workouts, miles of road work, special diets. But it's all worth it when you can proudly say you're a world record holder.
Normally I'm introduced as Mike, and then, oh, by the way, this is the guy who kicks himself in the head.
Okay, so he's not exactly Lance Armstrong.
I was in my parents' living room. I didn't have a girlfriend. I was 18. I was bored, and I had this light bulb go off in my head, and it was, hey, if you can put your foot behind your head, you can kick yourself in the head.
And if you could kick yourself in the head, why on earth wouldn't you?
I also do strange things like crush balloons by kicking them. You let me know like when there's 10 seconds left too. Also, I crush soda cans.
Clearly, Mike is a man with a lot of free time on his hands.
And this is a pudding pack.
Or his feet, as the case may be.
Oh, look at this. That's not good.
Keep it going.
My parents are really cool about it. I beg them, don't be proud of this. I haven't cured cancer. I'm kicking myself in the head.
So where does a world record holder go from here?
Woo. If anybody wanted to make Mike Lloyd head kicker shoes, I would sign on the dotted line.
Like a fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
That's gonna be it. Woo.
Football is violent, gymnastics is graceful. And this next sport, well, you be the judge. Here's a new sport you shouldn't try at home. From the parking lots of California to the mountaintops of Colorado, it's the latest craze. Land diving. This finely tuned athlete shows off his championship form. And he sticks the landing. This brand of machismo is a unique combination of pain and pointlessness. And like any sport, it combines the thrill of victory with the agony of the head. you practice something for years, you might someday be good enough to compete on national television. But if you're really bad at it and someone has a camera, you can be on our show right now. Motorcycle racer Bobby the Blaze Hedden has a special relationship with his bike.
Well, that's my baby, my bike. We spend quite a few hours in the shop talking to each other. She knows that she needs to take care of me.
And tonight at this California Speedway, the two of them try to qualify for the championship. At first, they look like the perfect couple. But like every relationship, this one has its ups and downs.
I think we were on the second lap. Just unfortunately got pushed a little wide and down I went.
But Bobby's bike is not going to take this lying down.
Oh, the bike definitely got up quicker than I got up. That thing, it just took off on its own.
To heck with the race. This bike's mad and decides the best thing to do is cool off with the fans.
It's the Ghost Rider bike. I think a lot of the competitors do worry about it a little bit. They know that it can be very wild at times. Everybody is always worried about racing with my bike. It doesn't need me on the bike to go that fast.
Next time Bobby brings his bike to a race, you might as well just watch it from the stands. If you think that was outrageous, you're right. And now let's take a look at some outrageous television from around the world. On a hidden camera show in Canada, an actor posing as a tourist asks some folks to take a snapshot. But once the camera's ready, the actor takes himself out of the picture. And time after time after time, the photographers are surprised by what develops. This ace even sets himself up by trying to set up the shot. While this cowardly cameraman is off in a flash. Finally, it's time to let the victims know what's really going on. This disappearing act was just a joke, but these people fell for it every time. Oh, I've got videos even crazier than that. But if you want to see them, you're just going to have to join us when we come back with more totally outrageous behavior.
Up next, these nudists are stripped of their rights.
Justice! We want justice!
Plus, this BMX racer falls out of first place.
Damn it!
And later, this melonhead shows off his explosive new hobby. When totally outrageous behavior returns.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. Okay, you've waited long enough. Here's some more outrageous behavior you've got to see to believe. In London, England, these wacky nudists are letting it all hang out.
Look, it's brilliant!
They're exercising their right to not wear clothes. Unfortunately, some unwanted guests crashed their celebration.
It's up to you whether you want to cover yourself up or be arrested.
Looks like this party's over.
I've just been detained by some thugs off the street.
And with that, these jaybirds are whisked away. Whoops! Looks like one of them got free. And he's taking his show on the road. The cops just can't get a handle on this guy. Guess some people are more confident in their beliefs than others.
Justice! We want justice! Nudity is beautiful!
And that's the naked truth. A bad day for some is a good day for, well, for us. Check out this next video and you'll see what I mean. It's the annual Platteville mountain bike race, and Chip here is in first place. Until he has some technical difficulties. But Chip knows he can reason his way out of any problem if he just uses his brain. And his extensive vocabulary. Then again, there's something to be said for force.
Damn it!
Because once Chip moves past this bad chain of events, it's all downhill from here. And just in case you hadn't heard, when the big race is over, Chip's uniform isn't the only thing he'll be washing out with soap. You know, talent is defined in many different ways, but this next example isn't one of them. This Friday night fight in England marks the debut of Paula, the ring cart girl. And she's been waiting the whole round to do her job.
She should have got in the ring, didn't anyone tell her?
After a pep talk from her corner man,
She should actually get inside the ropes.
Paula's ready for the main event.
Great sporting moment there. Unfortunately for Paula, the number fell out.
Everyone's very patient with her.
Oh, goodness me, she's still struggling to get out of the ropes.
Luckily, Paula has a couple of obvious talents. Still, this ring card girl might need some practice before round 2, because sometimes even a knockout can't get the job done. This next video was sent to us by totally outrageous viewer Justin Adams. He found a clever way to get around without having to leave his couch. It's Friday night in San Francisco, and Justin Adams has given a new meaning to the term joyride.
Our inspiration for the couch ride was just complete absurdity and boredom.
But joy doesn't come from any old ride.
In my opinion, the couch is far superior to the love seat.
Justin needs his handmade, homemade racing couch.
We basically were sitting around in my friend's apartment building, and he said, well, I've got this couch. We wrapped the shopping cart bottoms around the couch, so it's twined around the couch, and in the center of the couch there's a skateboard, so you can veer the couch left or right for steering.
The Couch Cruiser is built for comfort and speed.
Steve, I'm scared.
We'll survive.
But riding it isn't as cushy as it sounds.
I was desperately trying to steer with the skateboard.
And it takes a lot more skill than these kids have.
Why are you doing that?
Oh man, we got sparks coming out from all over. I think we're gonna be on fire pretty soon.
And when the couch hits the bridge, someone's there to stop it.
School project.
School project, huh? What's the school project?
Environmental film.
I didn't think we were gonna go to jail, but if we did, I didn't really care because it was so much fun. It was totally worth it.
Luckily, the cops only charged the group a small fine. But from now on, this couch is under house arrest.
Coming up next, an obscure fad from Down Under really blows up on totally outrageous behavior.
Welcome back to Totally Outrageous Behavior. As always, we've saved the best for last. This next video is the most outrageous in our arsenal. Meet Rod Cass, a self-proclaimed watermelon man. Rod has a stressful career.
I hold down a respectable job as an aircraft engineer.
So naturally, he needs a hobby to relax him.
My unique hobby involves explosive being placed in fruit onto my head.
And he swears that it's not as silly as it looks.
The feeling you get while you're waiting for the fruit to explode is a good rush of adrenaline.
Guess that's one way to blow off steam. How did Rod discover such a peaceful project?
First time we did it, it was up at Byron Bay. We're on the beach. We're going to make a watermelon, a fruit punch, but we decided we'd stick the large explosive in the watermelon and strap it to my head instead.
Well, that makes sense. Rod thinks Melon Mania is going to send shockwaves round the world.
I can see it being the next hula hoop or yo-yo.
Guess stamp collecting doesn't do it for him. And while Rod wouldn't mind taking his hobby to a higher level,
If you can suggest any bigger fruits, drop me a line and let me know.
He has to admit, it's a little nuts. Whew, have we been together for a whole half hour? Jeez, I feel like we barely know each other. Why don't you come back next week and we can spend some more quality time watching totally outrageous behavior. Until then, I'll be waiting. Good night.